Hey, what's up, what's up? こんばんは。今日もレッスン始めましょう。Let's start. Let's start learning Japanese. Saturday, summer, 土曜日、夏ですね。何やってるんでしょうね、皆さん。What are you guys doing? 私は、日本語を教えてます。I'm teaching Japanese. 皆さん、夏何やってますか？ What are you guys doing in the summertime? 勉強してます？ Are you studying? Or are you speaking Japanese? Maybe are you meeting Japanese? 日本人と会ってますか？ハロートークとかね。You can speak with Japanese people like in the hello talk or something like any language exchange applications, right? To keep it up, to not forget. Oh, summertime, 夏。勉強しなかった。I didn't study at all. I forgot everything. 全部忘れた。意味ね。No meaning. I forgot everything, you know? I don't know how you guys spending summer? どうやって夏過ごしてますか？なんか How you guys spend summer? Enjoying summer? 夏楽しんでます。でも、but you don't want to forget everything. 全部忘れたくないですよね。じゃあ、なんか、なんか忘れないように。In order to not forget, we need to do something. 忘れないように何かしないとダメですよね。なんで、学びましょう。Let's keep it up. Let's learn together. So, what is the fastest way to learn Japanese? And also today, I'm actually, I made it I made actually the voting. You can actually vote. When do you want to speak Japanese? Let's see who actually put it for what. 皆さん、投票してください。Please vote. 皆さん投票してください。Please vote what situation, where do you want to speak, when do you want to speak Japanese. Please check the comment and you can vote. You want to speak Japanese, shopping, or restaurant bars, nightclub, or traveling, and karate or jujutsu or any like a martial arts class. So I can see that it's 75% of people chose traveling, and then 12% is karate jujutsu class, and the restaurant bars nightclub also 11%. So traveling, nice. Then let's learn today. I'm gonna teach you how to how to speak Japanese while traveling. Trying to stay cool. It's hot as well. Nice. Try to stay cool. It's hot. Yeah, 暑いですね。It's hot too. So let's see. I'm seeing this comment here. And also, you guys also can see the comment. Okay. So, what is the fastest way to learn Japanese? And also, let's go like a travel conversation we can learn together, right? So, please answer like what is the fastest way to learn Japanese? And also, would you like to learn how to speak Japanese or writing Japanese? Me personally, I'm teaching how to speak Japanese, not writing system because imagine we have 50,000 letters 500,000 words and also grammar. If you actually start from scratch, it's going to be really hard. So that's why what is something smartest way to start up is speaking is much easier than writing. So that's why, first of all, if you want to achieve something that you actually want to feel, yeah, I'm learning Japanese, I can speak Japanese, it's definitely you should focus on conversation first than writing. So that's the key. Please actually make sure that you are focusing on conversation than writing. Conversation than writing. Japanese conversation is much easier than writing system. Writing. So, conversation skill or writing skill, which one is more useful and which one is actually more easy is definitely Japanese conversation. Believe me. Believe me. Why? Why? Because even the children learn like that way. All native Japanese children learn how to speak first, then how to write. Baby. I have a 6 years old daughter. Don't know what is hiragana. Don't know what is my daughter doesn't know even any kanji, any hiragana, any katakana she can speak. You see, its conversation is much easier than writing. So please, if you really want to make progress in Japanese learning, step by step, please focus conversation first. And if you actually can speak Japanese quite confidently, then you can go writing. So it really doesn't make sense. You actually start from writing and you actually have 50,000 letters, 500,000 words, and a lot of actually writing system you actually do it, but still you cannot speak anything. It's not really smart way to start learning, especially Japanese, right? It's not like English, 20 something letters. We have so much letters. If you actually start touching that writing system in Japanese, it's gonna takes forever. And also all native Japanese children never ever never start from writing. Everybody start from speaking. And I actually, everybody ask me, how can I learn how to speak without any writing? Everybody actually ask me, hey, Terumi, you said you can speak Japanese, but without writing system, how can you speak? Wait a second. How you learn your mother language without writing? All humans have ability to learn any language without writing. How we learn our mother language, we never learn spelling first. Everybody know how to speak, and after that you go spelling. So the spelling in Japanese is one of the most difficult. It's so impossible. You don't know how to speak, you actually try to learn the writing system. It's so hard. Of course, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's just so hard. So hard learning process. It's always you feel like a difficult. So that's why you should definitely start from learning Japanese conversation. That's why let's start today. Japanese conversation. And you can do this. And I'm going to show you how to do it. And then the best is you can learn by yourself. There are a bunch of like YouTube video. There are a bunch of language application. It's just you need to know how to learn Japanese step by step effectively. Effectively, which means you never forget and you actually really can memorize step by step easily like children. It's effective learning method, right? So then 99% is learning structure in order to make a progress faster. So I learned hiragana by getting lost on trains. Good. Yeah, I think it's most of Japanese learners start from hiragana. Not bad, not bad. But it's uh, hiragana is just 45 letters, and all Japanese children learn already how to speak Japanese. From the babies, they actually know how to speak, and then goes to letters, hiragana. But it's if you go to Japan, hiragana doesn't really help you at all. It's because it's all everything. It's kanji. You go to some restaurant, oh kanji. You actually go shopping, again kanji. And then you actually buy manga, again kanji. It's everywhere is actually kanji. So if you just go to Japan And knowing hiragana, it's actually not really helping you so much. So that's why personally I recommend you to focus on Japanese conversation than you just knowing hiragana but you actually don't know how to communicate with Japanese. Communication is much more fun. You can actually go to restaurant, you can talk to the people, and then you can actually meet people, you can make friends. This time no one actually asks you how many hiragana, how many kanji you know. It's like no one asks you in English or in any language, do you know how to spell your mother language? I'm currently living in Greece. No one asks my Greek spelling. No one. Like, can you spell in Greek? No one asked me. It's just that I can order the food, I can meet people, I can make friends. That's it. So in English also, no one asked me, how much can you spell in English? No one. It's just everybody care about my communication skill, like how to pronounce, how can I describe myself, like are you from China, are you from Korea, are you from Japan, like who I am. Everybody ask me. So what I need to do is I need to introduce myself, who I am, and also I can ask like, what are you doing, and then we can be a friend, for example, or we can maybe even go somewhere together, right? So that's why conversation is, especially because everybody vote for traveling. So I can see, everybody want to travel in Japan, and then it doesn't make sense why you are guys doing the kanji so much and hiragana, katakana. It doesn't actually really help for your traveling. It's more, hey, like, can I go somewhere, like how can I get there, by train is better, or like by bus is better. Which one do you recommend? That's conversation skill is totally enough, and you don't need to read it like a thousand of kanji, believe me. So that's why, what is the fastest way to learn Japanese? First of all, please focus conversation, your pronunciation, communication skill, how to ask, how to respond, how to react. These are actually communication skills. And then that's 99% of traveling you really need. So that's actually the you when you actually confidently speak, then definitely you go more writing system, like, okay, let's read some books in Japanese, let's read maybe newspaper in Japanese, is after the conversation skills. That's actually more, you can motivate yourself, and also you can enjoy learning, because you actually can communicate with Japanese, which means you can make 100 of Japanese friends already, right? Because you can communicate. Imagine you have a 100 Japanese friends, you can change your life. You can work in Japan, you can meet people, you can actually learn from native. You don't need a teacher anymore. You don't need this lesson, right? If you have a Japanese friends. So that's why please focus conversation. So let's read some comment. Thank you so much, everyone. And then we can go some lessons for traveling. So, what is the best way to stay motivated? So, Alec, thank you so much for your comment. It's a really good question. So, I always say motivation is 99%. When you want to learn something, it's 99% is your motivation. So, it's all about it. All about it. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a Japanese speaker, you want to be an actor, singer, you want to live in Japan, you want whatever you want is 99% is your motivation, right? So how you can stay motivated to focus, do every day, you do it, and you actually don't give up, and that's the only way you'll be a professional, right? Because you never stop, you actually always you do it, and then you actually eventually you'll be professional Japanese something, Japanese maybe anime artist, anime, or maybe Japanese like bilingual, you can speak professionally Japanese language. because you're motivated, because you did it every day, and it's no fucking way to say, I forgot everything. In the summertime, I didn't do anything. I don't like Japanese study. I forgot everything. Because you're not motivated. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it while you do it. You know, forget Japanese language. Don't study, right? So that's we need a motivation to do anything, and then this time we need a strategy to motivate yourself all the time. You know, because we are human, and then today you wake up, I don't want to study, and I just don't want to do it today, and you need to go to work, and your maybe family or your friends or your your environment is really not helping you to motivate yourself. People say, Japanese, why you do it? It's useless. You're not gonna go to Japan, and anime, it doesn't help you anything. Don't study. Environment, people, and then you are actually discourage yourself. You're not motivating. Okay, let's don't do it today. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna do it after summer. This is motivation, and actually what gives you is you just forget everything. You learn it, you study it, you're motivated last week, last month, and this month I'm not motivated. I forgot everything, and what the fuck. I start from zero again. It's really frustrated, because you really want to learn it, but you can't motivate yourself. So what is actually the strategy to be motivated all the time? What do you think? Is this, as I said, it's 99% is your motivation. So first step, if you want to be motivated all the time, please make the good environment, and also please make a good goal, like purpose, you know because that's the only way you can be motivated. But it's the purpose or goal must be something you really feel, excitement. Wow, for example, next year definitely I'm gonna go to Japan and then stay for 2 months. I'm gonna work hard, save money. I'm gonna prepare myself to actually, first of all, let's communicate with the people. So daily conversation, I'm gonna prepare myself, save money, and I'm gonna stay in Japan 2 months. Definitely. Something, if you actually motivate yourself like this way, that's good. Well, now, or you already live in Japan. Let's say you already live in Japan, and you're every day I'm just spending time in Japan. People are Japanese. People talk to me in English at my work. I don't need Japanese. Oh, but it's still, I feel like I'm outsider. I don't understand what they're talking. Oh, my friends or my coworker is talking Japanese. I feel like outsider. I don't understand, what they're talking. Yes, let's open a textbook. あいうえおかきくけこさっせそカタカナ漢字. Fuck. I can't understand. I don't understand. It's like, discouraging yourself. You actually study so much and still I don't understand. Because you're not really feeling the progress. That's also discouraging yourself and also demotivate yourself. Discouraging yourself, demotivate yourself because you are not making progress. Imagine if you're making progress. Yes, I feel outsider. My friends, my coworker is talking Japanese. I still understand. Okay, let's study. Oh, got it. Oh, wow, I can understand what they're talking. Everything. Wow. If you see the progress, wow, the differences is yesterday and today is very different. I can start understanding the people. Oh my god. You know, if you feel the progress, usually people never demotivate themselves. They always have motivation because I can see the difference. Wow, I can start understanding. So, how to make the progress faster? That's why we need to figure out how to make the progress faster in order to motivate yourself always. So, do you understand? You need a goal. So, for example, the goal must be something more clear. Let's say my 2022, this year, I'm going to make a Japanese 10 friends and I'm going to join the conversation at least the first 10 minutes, for example. At least 10 minutes, I'm going to definitely speak only in Japanese. I'm going to join the conversation. That's my first year, let's say. And then, in order to actually join the conversation, what do you need? It's not that you just need a hiragana, katakana, kanji, grammar. I don't understand what they're talking. A lot of people are confusing study and also speaking skills. What is the differences? So let's in order to make the fast progress, as I said, because it's 99% of motivation, you need a progress. Otherwise, you can't motivate yourself. So now you need differences between study versus skill. So many people are not understanding this study and skill. Please think, is it same or not? Same or not? Study is a knowledge. Knowledge is knowing Japanese hiragana, knowing Japanese katakana, kanji, grammar, vocabulary. This is study. You can get all of them from study, right? Knowing something. I know hiragana, I know Japanese grammar is you can get from study. But its skill is different. Skills are coming from your experience and also training. So, what is a huge difference is, for example, imagine Japanese children. Let's say, like my daughter, like 6 years old Japanese children. Everybody can have these speaking skills. 6 years old children, everybody can speak Japanese. But try to ask children, what is a Japanese grammar? How many kanji do you know? Zero. This is a huge differences. They have Japanese speaking communication skills. They never study. They don't have knowledge. Knowledge is coming from your Japanese school or Japanese books, university, everything. If you study it, you can get it. But you don't have communication skills. What is a communication skill? You can make the people feel comfortable. Like all the Japanese people gonna say to you, "Oh, I like you. We had a nice conversation. I want to work with you. You got the job because you have communication skills." Skills are unfortunately you cannot get it from study. Understand it? So many people are frustrated, so frustrated. I study so much, I can't speak. I study so much, I can't have speaking skills. I can't speak Japanese 1 hour. Just a daily conversation. You don't need to talk about politics. You don't need to talk about astronomy. It's just a daily communication with the native Japanese people 1 hour. I don't have it. I don't have these skills. I'm studying every day. I told you, study skills are totally different. So that this is why you need a communication and speaking training. Brain is not working same when you are doing the training and also when you study. And the memorization also the same. You study but you can't memorize a lot of things. Do you remember you went to university or you went to high school? You don't remember a lot of things from there. So it's study, memorization, skill, which is a muscle memory, is different. Imagine you can speak your mother language without knowing, without thinking about Japanese, your mother language grammar, because you have a muscle memory. This is not study. So you want to speak Japanese naturally, you want to speak Japanese like a native Japanese. You want to have a communication skill so you can make Japanese friends. You can pass any job interview. You can, because you have this communication skills, you can present yourself perfectly in front of anyone. you have you can pass job interview, you can make friends, you can actually be an artist in Japan, you can present yourself, for example. A lot of opportunity you have if you have this Japanese communication skills, because simply you can make people feel comfortable, and you can make people feel like, I like you, I want to follow you, I want to work with you, I want to get married with you, for example. So this communication skill is not coming from your study. Please don't forget, million years, even if you study, you don't get this communication skills. That's why you need communication training. Right. So that's it's, please don't forget, it's not about how much you practice, how much you study. It's not about your potential. It's not about your capability. It's just that you need to practice the language, not study. Okay. So that's actually my huge realization when I wanted to speak English nicely. Now I'm confidently kind of speaking English in front of the camera. Even like a few people or million people, thousand of people, if you see, I can say I'm speaking English confidently. Doesn't mean I'm speaking English perfectly. My English is not perfect, not at all. But it doesn't mean I can't speak. I'm like hesitate to speak. I can speak, right? You can speak Japanese like me. You can be a YouTuber in Japanese. You can speak, but you need a confidence, right? So this confidence is not coming from your study. You can't be confident just so you only studying. You can be a confident. How? I'm looking at the book, Genki book. Oh, I already have confidence to speak in front of the camera. No, no, you need a training. That's why skill and study is totally different. And this is not about how much you're smart or not. It's, you need training, which means you just need to practice. You just need to practice. Doesn't matter how much you study, you just need to really practice, and you can speak Japanese confidently. So there are so many comments. Thank you so much, and it's so interesting. And then let's pick only one more, and we can actually practice together with this speaking training. We can do speaking training together today. So let's see some interesting comment. I'd like to have Japanese conversation class. Yes, we're gonna do it together today. And then hiragana is most used for understanding verbs. Not really, because understanding verb, because you need to speak it. Otherwise, you can't actually understand the natural way, because we have so much tense, so much tense. So that's why hiragana doesn't really help your grammar skill. Hiragana is just ABC. A B C D E F G. If I learn, I can speak English perfectly. No, right? So that's why hiragana doesn't really help your grammar skill so much. Hiragana is hiragana. It's just letters, just a symbol. Um, I met someone with a young daughter. I'd like to able to at least speak to her, yeah, an effective way without embarrassing myself. That's good. That's interesting. Yes, uh, it's communication with native. It's gonna be definitely good exercises. And if you already have a chance to speak Japanese every day, please speak, and don't don't be afraid to make mistake, and then still you can ask the people like, hey, like, eh, did I speak correctly? If I make mistake, just to please tell me, like, I just want to speak perfectly and nicely, I just want to learn. And if you have Japanese people around you, just please speak and ask. Yep. So any other, actually, the comment, yeah, consistency helps a lot. Definitely, you need to do it every day, please. A lot of people actually studying only 1 hour per week or 2 hours per week, and it's really not helping because last week you did it 1 hour, and the next 7 days you don't do anything. Usually next week you don't remember anything. So you don't need to study. As I said, you don't need to study 1 hour. Please do not study 1 hour. I can say it. I can say, please do not study 1 hour. As I said, study doesn't really help you. Rather focus on like study. Please just move your mouth, or like you can communicate with native if you actually already have a people, or if you don't have it, just speak to yourself 5 minutes. 5 minutes, say the same phrases so many times, and it's care your pronunciation more. For example, can you say thank you in Japanese? Can you say thank you in Japanese? So this is my question. Can you say thank you in Japanese? For example, what is a speaking training? I'm gonna exactly tell you. For example, simple. Can you say thank you in Japanese? Everybody know arigato, right? But so what is actually the speaking training? It's not about you just knowing. I told you, it's not knowing the thank you, it's which is arigato, but it's skills to say thank you like native Japanese. So a lot of actually people are learning Japanese wrong way. For example, a lot of time I have heard thank you in Japanese. Everybody say arigato, arigato, or arigato. It's not actually correct, right? So we need to say ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとう。ありがとう。ありがとう。ありがとう。ありがとう。It's not ありがとう. So you see, it's even the simple things. You just want to say thank you. You just want to say thank you, right? But imagine you couldn't actually learn correctly. Arigato. What's happened is you're gonna have a trouble in listening too, in listening skill. If you feel like you're not improving your listening skills, you're not learning correctly. Let's say what's happened. The guy from foreign country learned thank you as arigato. This person went to Japan, everybody said ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。What is that? I don't understand what the native people saying. Like everybody say like ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。So this guy having a start having trouble, that is he's not learning Japanese with native pronunciation. He thought that thank you in Japanese is arigato, but it's actually the native Japanese thank you is ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。So he started having the trouble in listening. I don't understand what they're saying. And also, when he said thank you, arigato, is everybody think, of course, foreign guy, gaijin is speaking Japanese, good luck. So which means he already having a trouble with Japanese tone, listening, and he can't pronounce all the Japanese phrases properly. Which is all Japanese, it's gonna be broken Japanese. It start having trouble from just thank you. Imagine how he can say long sentences correctly. How he can say long sentences correctly if even he can't pronounce perfectly thank you. He's going to have a lot of trouble, a lot of this arigato-ri. For example, traveling. So I'm going to start sharing the screen, and we're going to do the speaking training, right? So let's see. So I'm gonna actually start sharing the screen, and then I'm gonna show you can you see the screen? Yes, I think. Okay, so a lot of people have just a trouble in all the phrases in the pronunciation, and for example, just thank you, right? And so usually you can say, everybody can see it. ありがとう. Usually you can say like ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。But then native pronunciation is not ありがとうございます. No one say like this way. Actual native pronunciation is like ありがとうございます。あざいます。Like this. So, Japanese language is the language that is spelling and actual pronunciation is totally different. You know, I always say to American people, as you guys are so crazy. You say, you actually pronounce like, you know, a lot of things, let's say, and then you say a lot of things, a lot of things. And I said, you guys are crazy. It's nothing same like spelling the actual your native tone. But it's exactly same things happen in Japanese too, unfortunately. So if this person is learning Japanese only from textbook, only from just letters, the pronunciation will be horrible. That's for sure. So which is that's why actual thank you is ありがとうございます. ありがとうございます. If you even speak slowly is ありがとうございます. 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 No one said arigato or arigato gozaimasu. No one. You see, try to think, ask yourself, if you cannot say thank you properly, you can't speak longer sentences perfectly. It's going to be so hard. Everything, the pronunciation is always hard. Listening skill is not always good. And I can't improve myself because this person made a mistake from scratch. This person learned Japanese from just textbook, not native actually sound. So this is actually, first of all, you really need to care your listening skill and also your pronunciation. So that's actually first step. You can definitely do speaking training. Is first of all, please care the native pronunciation. Native pronunciation is so important. For example, even like this, even to actually say when you, because everybody vote for traveling traveling, right? Like traveling conversation. So how you actually can ask, how can I get there? How can I get there in Japanese? So どうやったら東京駅まで行けますか？どうやったら東京駅まで行けますか？ How can I go to Tokyo Station? How can I go to Tokyo Station, for example? そう、どうやったら、東京駅まで行けますか？ Like this travel conversation, I'm gonna write it down again. And then speaking exercises, first of all, you need to learn as phrase. Okay, I'm gonna share. Next time I'm gonna just prepare better. So, how can I go to Tokyo Station? How can I go to Tokyo Station? So, どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？ Or like 東京駅まで、どうやって東京まで、東京駅まで行けますか？ Or 行ったらいいですか？ Should I go? そう。 どうやって。どうやって is how, right? どうやって is always how. Can I go? 東京駅まで。station. until 東京 station. 東京駅まで行けますか？ Can I go? そう。東京 station 行けますか？ Can I go? How can I go to Tokyo station? Or should I go? 行ったらいいですか？ How should I go? Like by train or by bus? 行ったらいいですか？ Should I go? So, first of all, if you want to learn Japanese effectively, faster, and not confusing any grammar, and you can actually more focus on the pronunciation, I'm going to one more time summarize conversational skill. You have to focus, of course, pronunciation and also listening skill. So pronounce if you improve your pronunciation skill, you can actually more listening skills too. As I said, the actual thank you is azaimasu, azaimasu. No one say arigato, right? So arigatou. If you can pronounce like a native way, you can understand the native pronunciation too. If you can pronounce like native, you can understand native pronunciation too. So pronunciation skills to actually your listening skill is very, very connected. Right. As I said, if you can't pronounce, just even thank you, you're gonna have listening trouble in the future. So in order to actually improve your listening skill, you need phrase, not grammar. Okay, now you're gonna focus on the conversation. Now you need more listening skill. You need a good pronunciation. So the listening skill and you want to earn, you need to know the native phrases. How the native people speak. How the people native speaks. So I can understand what they are talking, how they actually talk. This is not actually the grammar skills. Many people are confusing. If I know grammar, I'm gonna have more listening skill, but its listening skill is not actually connected to grammar skill. You see your mother language, you actually don't think about grammar all the time while listening. It's more about the pattern of the language, how to actually the native people communicate each other, and that's actually the phrases you know. It's not about this past tense, future tense. I'm listening. This is a past progressive future tense. No, it's actually so let's say this is how can I get there? How can I go to Tokyo Station? どうやって? どうやって is this どうやって sound is always how. So when you actually hear どうやって, どうやって, どうやって is how. Okay, I know this phrase, not grammar. I know this sound. I know this phrase. It means how. どうやって, 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 どうやって is how. You see, whenever you hear so many times, it's just coming quickly. Oh, this doyate is how. Can you explain what is this grammar? Fuck, I don't know. I don't know grammar, but I know it's doyate means how. That's the bilingual skill. It's this is actually the path to be a bilingual. You have amazing listening skill. You don't need to think about the grammar. If you are thinking about the grammar, you can't follow the conversation. What was it? I can't follow the conversation. I'm losing. I'm losing the conversation because this person is thinking about grammar. So, you see, it's どうやって、どうやって、どうやって、どうやって、どうやって is how. So, どうやって東京まで行きますか？東京駅まで行きますか？どうやって東京駅まで行きますか？ Please, please say, please repeat after me for 100 times. You never actually think about grammar, but you can say perfectly like native Japanese. Okay, I'm not gonna go 100 times today, but if you're learning, if you want to learn much faster, you don't want to make a mistake in grammar all the time, please repeat at least 100 times by yourself. So please, today, let's repeat at least 20 times, right? And you actually start understanding what is muscle memory. What is muscle memory? Muscle memory means you don't need to think about grammar. You can speak perfectly. This is a muscle memory. One more time, I'm going to tell you muscle memory means you can speak perfectly like a native Japanese without thinking about any grammar. This is called muscle memory. Muscle memory is coming from not from your study, from your speaking training. Speaking training. Okay, so get it? And then you actually do speaking training together like today with me. Okay, so first time. I'm gonna go a little bit slowly and getting faster, okay? どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？どうやって東京駅まで行けますか？ So I said 20 times. So please continue until 100 times because it doesn't make sense. You want to go to Japan, you want to travel in Japan, you don't know how to say, how can I get there? Why? Why? Please just repeat. You can learn just in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. A lot of people actually focusing on this grammar, and then they are struggling to just speak even simple things. And I said, wait a second. You can actually say, how can I get there? Like native pronunciation with the fastest way, natural way, just 5 minutes later. Believe me. Of course, if you never learn Japanese, this is if for the first time in your life, you need more than 100 times to actually get used to say. But imagine if you're practicing one phrase per day for every day, 365 days. One phrase per day, 365 days. You're gonna know 365 phrases for traveling. 365 phrases for traveling. If you just practice one phrase per day, just 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. Really doesn't make sense if somebody said, I'm studying Japanese for 1 year, 2 years, 10 years. I don't know how to say, how can I get there? How? How these things happen? Because this person studied too much grammar. They never done any speaking training. I told you it's not about your potential. It's not about capability. It's not about your age even. It's just you never done any speaking training. That's why you don't know even how to say, how can I get there after studying many years, for example. So どうやって東京まで行きま、東京駅まで行きますか？どうやって東京駅まで行きますか？どうやって東京駅まで行きますか？ You can actually go this way too. How should I go with, how can I how should I go to Tokyo Station? How should I? Which one is a better idea? Should I go? 行ったらいいですか？どうやって東京駅まで行ったらいいですか？どうやって東京駅まで行ったらいいですか？どうやって東京駅まで行ったらいいですか？どうやって東京駅まで行ったらいいですか？ So, how should I go or how can I go? Very, very useful. It's nothing. It's even the children learn like this way. Native phrases without any grammar, one phrase per day with the right pronunciation, and you're gonna have amazing listening skill. It's so easy. This is why I could learn many languages at the same time because it's just learning language, speaking, conversational skill was so easy if you actually learning with a right learning structure. So any age, my student have a 22 years old to 65 years old. Everybody can learn this one phrase per day, and it's so easy. And it. Everybody say, but wait a second. If I just one phrase, I think it's not enough. Really, really, it's enough. Imagine because you actually change. You can actually change the verb or even the words. 東京駅 whenever you want to say, how can I go this place? How can I go to the mountain? How can I go to the sea? How can I go to the station? How can I go to the bookstore? How can I go to the space? Whatever. You actually change. I can actually arrange knowing the phrases, the one phrase per day is actually 10 phrases per day you are learning because you know the language pattern, you know the what is the native people speak, you understand the pattern, you actually change the word. It's so easy to speak perfectly. If you know how can I go to the Tokyo station, then you actually know how can I go to the bookstore. あ、どうやって本屋に行ったらいいですか？どうやって本屋まで行ったらいいですか？ You actually change the words Tokyo Station to bookstore 本屋. So let's say I'm gonna give you the 10 words. For example, 本屋、本屋、bookstore. So I hate it if language teacher starts telling me grammar. This is not fastest way. Believe me. It's doesn't make sense. It's no native people think about grammar while speaking. So 本屋 or you can say 海 sea 海そう海 yeah or 山なんとか山 like 富士山 like Mount Fuji or you can say restaurant like 居酒屋 like pub Japanese pub 居酒屋 and then where we can go like a bus station バス停バス停 bus stop. Let's say it's 10 words, it's going to be too much. We don't have time. So let's go. So this is a speaking training. You learn one phrase per day, but also you can learn at the same time vocabulary and you just need to switch the vocabulary. So let's go. How can I go to bookstore? そう、どうやって本屋まで行けますか？どうやって本屋まで行けますか？どうやって本屋まで行けますか？どうやって本屋まで行ったらいいですか？ Should I go or can I go? And 海、どうやって海まで行けますか？どうやって海まで行けますか？どうやって海まで行ったらいいですか？うん。 so easy to speak so many actual phrases, right? Because you actually knowing the pattern of the language, not just thinking about grammar, and you actually always need to think about grammar all the time. I can't speak faster, and you cannot focus on your listening, you cannot focus on even your pronunciation. It's no native learn like that way, and no one, it's this is not effective, right? So that's why you go more and more phrases. So 富士山 so Mount Fuji, so どうやって富士山まで行けますか、どうやって富士山まで行けますか、どうやって富士山まで行けますか、どうやって富士山まで行ったらいいですか。 So how should I go to Mount Fuji, how can I go to Mount Fuji. And then 居酒屋 Japanese pub. So, どうやって居酒屋まで行けますか、どうやって居酒屋まで行けますか。 So, of course, you can maybe put the restaurant name. For example, the restaurant name is, for example, 牛角 like one of the most famous like barbecue restaurant in Japan. And you can say, どうやって牛角まで行けますか、どうやって牛角まで行ったらいいですか。 Nice, perfect. And then, bus stop. Yeah, like どうやってバス停まで行けますか、バス停どこですか？ Where is the bus station? どうやってバス停まで行けますか？ Wow, you actually learned 10 phrases. Please keep this note. I'm gonna actually copy everything and I'm gonna put it for you. And this is actually the most effective speaking training. That is, you never focus on the grammar. It's you can actually learn more naturally and much faster, easily, and your pronunciation, listening skill gonna much more improve. So I'm gonna copy it later, and also I'll put it on the description on the YouTube channel. So how was it? Thank you so much. And I'm gonna just quickly read it, some comment, and then next week we're gonna learn other phrases. As I said, one phrase per day, and especially we do this Japan Language Factory. We do this professional speaking communication training. So you're gonna have your personal coach, and let's say you want to learn travel conversation. Yes, your one-on-one session. Our personal coach, speech trainer, gonna train you your pronunciation, communication skill for traveling. If somebody say, "Yeah, I'm gonna actually pass Rakuten. I want to work in Japanese company." Okay, let's do the job interview training and the step-by-step communication training again. It's so easy to be fluent in Japanese if you actually do speaking training, not grammar. I told you. So we do this speaking training a lot, and we actually helping the people for daily conversation, job interview, and also business purposes, business presentation, job interview, meeting friends, making Japanese girlfriend. One of my American actual student, he entered this school and he said, I really want to have girlfriend. And 1 month later, he made a Japanese girlfriend. That's amazing. Amazing. So yeah, we actually really helping for each needs. If you say I want to do the job interview, if you want to say I want to make a Japanese girlfriend, if you say I really want to make a Japanese friends, I want to be an artist in Japan. We help people for each needs. So that's why to be sure, study doesn't really help you to start speaking amazingly. If you actually do speaking training, you actually have this communication speaking skills. So I'm gonna just quickly some read it. So Nicolas, so my student Nicolas, 皆さんこんばんは. Yes. So Nicolas is actually he actually do some online gaming, and he wanted to talk in Japanese with Japanese friend online game, and he actually joining. So how's going? Yes. So that's what we actually do, is speaking training. So I think I need to go another meeting. So thank you so much, everyone. As I said, it's so easy to be able to speak Japanese much faster and much actually easier. And as I said, doesn't matter how much you study, you need a speaking training. If you do it, so easy to speak Japanese. So thank you so much, and see you next